you're probably like, whoa, chill out.
Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share with you the best sunscreens that I found, used, loved, tried out during the year 2023. I'm not going to talk about all the duds just because that honestly would be a waste of time because there were so many. I'm going to start from, I don't want to say the worst because these are the best that there are out there. But wait a minute. Before we even get started, hi, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this video, and by the end of it, if you like it, that you subscribe and also follow me over on my Instagram. Now, let's get started. I'm not gonna start from like worst to best because these are all amazing, but I'm gonna start from least favorite and end with my favorite. For the first one, I'm going to start with, this is the Sunbal SPF 30 Mineral Sunscreen Lip Balm. This I found kind of by accident. I was in Ulta and I needed a lip balm because I like to be protected from UVA and UVB rays just everywhere and no matter what. And a lot of the ones that I was trying had a nasty taste afterwards. So you'd apply it, great, beautiful, and it tastes disgusting. This one doesn't do that. The one thing it does is it kind of leaves, it's not a film, but it kind of leaves a little bit of a purpley tint. But that's fine because then I go in with like lipstick or a lip balm on top and it's perfect. The other thing that this is great for is if you run into the problem of your sunscreen's like bleeding into your eyes and then literally burning the heck out of them. This I have used around my eyes. I had a really bad sunscreen that was really beautiful under makeup, but it stung the crap out of my eyes to the point where I would be in tears. It felt like onions, you know, poking my eye. That's how bad it was, but it was beautiful under makeup. So I thought, what if I just apply this sunscreen all over my face, but I apply a mineral sunscreen around my eyes just because they are a lot better for sensitive skin and I didn't want to carry around two sunscreens. So I found this one and one day I was like, let me just try it around my eyes. What's the worst that could happen? There's a lot that could happen, but luckily this works. What I do is I just, open it up. Here's what it looks like. It's like a creamy beigey shade. And literally as if you would apply it to your lips, you apply it around the eyes. You're not gonna like dab it on there because it is moisturizing, but just applying it around has worked for me. I don't do that all the time because I don't have that sunscreen anymore, but I still use this one on my lips. The next one is this Beauty of Joseon Matte Sunstick Mugwort and Camellia. This is SPF 50 and it's also PA++++. So what the PA means is that it's the strength that it has in regards to protection from UVA rays. The SPF, which stands for Sun Protective Factor, and that's the one that comes with a number. That number tells you how much protection you're getting from the sun. But that is in correlation with UVB rays, and UVB are the rays that burn your epidermis, so like your skin that you can see, like my cheeks, your hands. That is what UVB is burning. Granted, UVA is also hurting. But so for example, if you go outside for too long and then you get sunburned, on your cheeks, on your arms, just wherever, those are UVB rays that are visible. You can see the visible and physical damage that they have done to your epidermis, to your skin. Whenever you see SPF, 30, 35, 40, 50, that's the indication of how much protection you're getting in regards to UVB. But the PA is the protection or the signage that lets you know how much protection you're getting against UVA. And UVA is what damages your collagen, your DNA, like the deeper parts of your skin. That's UVA. They're both super dangerous. So anytime that I buy a sunscreen, I make sure that it says broad spectrum because that's protecting you against UVB and UVA. That is a long-winded explanation, but anyway, this is a matte stick. I carry this around in my purse. It looks like deodorant, but it's not. It's green because of the mugwort. It is very mattifying, but I love, love, love it. It almost provides like a blurring filter on your skin. As you can see, no glow, no shine. It is genuinely matte. I love to keep this in my purse because when I go to the gym, sometimes I'm in a rush and I need to go do groceries or run errands or whatever, and I just need to like touch up really quickly because I may have sweat some of that off. I whip this out, go all over my face, down my neck, and call it a day. Sometimes I also use it on my hands. Like if I don't want to feel greasy lotion, I just go over the tops of it and we're good. So this is amazing. If you haven't tried it, they sell it on Amazon and they also sell it on their website and on Stylevana. The next sunscreen that I want to share with you is from Good Molecules. This is the Sheer Minerals Sunscreen SPF 30 Broad Spectrum, and it says minimal white cast sunscreen lotion with UVA and UVB protection for all skin tones. This is what the packaging looks like, and if you're like, what is that at the top? This little sticker right here, I put on my sunscreens so that I am reminded when they expire. This one is expiring 4/25. So I have a long time to use it up. I do like it because it is a sheer mineral sunscreen. It does leave a tiny bit of a white cast, but it does dissipate throughout the day, and if you are wearing makeup on top, then you don't really need to worry about it. I like this because it's very thin and malleable. And what I noticed is when I first opened it and I added some to my finger and put it on my face, I felt like I was blending my face away practically. But the trick that I found was to shake it. So I shake it very, very thoroughly, and then I do my 2 finger, like 2.5, 3 finger trick, and then I apply it on my face and on my neck, and it seems to blend in. It does take a little bit of like massaging onto the skin, but it is a mineral sunscreen that doesn't really leave a white cast. And if you know a lot about sunscreens, or maybe you don't, mineral sunscreens tend to leave a horrible, horrible, ugly white cast, and this one doesn't tend to do that. Granted, if you are a deeper skin tone, I'm not too sure how it'll look on you, but I'm like Fitzpatrick 3, I think. So it works for me. It is SPF 30, and if you're like, I wish it was like 50 or higher, there's not a huge difference between 30 and 50. They have done studies and they've shown that the number doesn't really dictate how much coverage you're getting. The real nitty gritty part is how much you apply. If you apply like, a little tiny bit and it's SPF 100, but you literally only applied like a little tiny bit, it's not going to do anything. But if you apply a decent amount of the sunscreen, then you're going to get that protection. Granted, you are supposed to be reapplying every 2 hours, but I don't think a lot of people are able to do that, especially if you're working or if you have makeup or, just have jobs that don't allow for that. But anyway, this is a great sunscreen. It's like $12. The sun stick was $18 and the lip balm was like $3. Number 3 is another Beauty of Joseon, and this one is the Relief Sun Rise Plus Probiotics SPF 50 plus PA plus. So again, with the PA, letting us know that it is like super high and you're getting enough coverage in regards to the sun rays. I shamelessly went through 4 or maybe 5 tubes of this. This has 1.69 fluid ounces. I don't know what it was about this, but I absolutely loved it and my skin loved it. It was beautiful under makeup. I get it. This was hyped, and this is a product that I'm like, please, put it on a pedestal, give it all the glory and merits that it deserves. This you can get on Stylevana. I've tried looking for it on Amazon, but they look like a bunch of fakes, and I just don't want to do that, so I order it through Stylevana. I order 2 at a time because it does take like a week, 2 weeks to arrive. It is super moisturizing, but it's lightweight. Perfect primer for under makeup if you wear makeup. If you don't wear makeup, this is still beautiful. A little glowy, but it's not dewy where it's like, hey, when I put it on, it absorbs into my skin and it does provide that plump, refreshed, hydrated look, but it's not anything that's like uncomfortable. And another good thing that I like about this, even though it's not a mineral sunscreen, is that I put it around my eyes and it doesn't burn, irritate, sting, nothing. This is beautiful. This is empty, but I kept it so that I could show you the packaging. I mean, I squeezed every little ounce of it. If you need something that is just perfect, this is it. The reason this one is in 3rd place is because it's not sweat resistant. And what I mean by that is that if you do wear this to work out, you will have some, I know it's not melting, but you will have some of that residue. That's the one con, is that it's not sweat and water resistant, because if you're doing like a high intense cardio workout, it will tend to just kind of like melt off. For the top products, I could not decide. So these are both number 1 and they're both number 2. Let's start with this one. This one is from Hawaiian Tropic. It's the Everyday Active High Performance Sports Sunscreen Lotion. Broad spectrum, SPF 50, UVA, UVB. Sweat, water resistant, 80 minutes, won't clog pores, cruelty free, 8 fluid ounces. Okay, maybe this is number 1, but we're already talking about it, so let's just keep on going. And the only reason is because this is honestly the one sunscreen that I can use all over my body, on my neck, on my face, around my eyes without any problems. I found kind of by accident because we were going, I can't remember where we were going, and I needed a sunscreen for all of my body. But I forgot to bring sunscreen for my face. Like, I know, a sin, how dare I? So I thought, screw it. If I get burny, itchy eyes, it's my fault for forgetting to bring a face sunscreen, but I still need to be protected. Took a risk. I put it on my face and it did not burn. This is the one that will always, forever and ever be in my sunscreen collection, I guess. This I will never not have. I love how it applies. Let me just show you. I just want to show you because I just love. As you can see, it's not a very thin or runny consistency. I mean, look at it, it's staying where you put it. And I think that is in part due to its water resistant capabilities. The only con that I have been able to find with this sunscreen is that it has a scent. Most of the Hawaiian Tropic products have a scent. However, I do not care. This is beautiful. Look at my hand. Doesn't even feel or look like I'm wearing sunscreen. The smell, I don't mind it. It's not bad. It's very tropical. I don't know, a couple minutes, the smell is gone. In the summertime, I use this all over my arms, my legs, my neck, my face. I use it, everywhere. So this is a great sunscreen. Oh, another thing that I was gonna tell you is Anthony, the skincare hater, loves this sunscreen. I cannot, for the life of me, even if I paid him to wear sunscreen, he would not wear it. He just wouldn't. But this is the only sunscreen that he wears. He has the SPF 75 instead of the 50, but there's really not much of a difference. And he actually wears that sunscreen. So that is how much or how great this sunscreen is. So if you have any doubts, please try it for yourself and then see if it's worth it or not. It's like $9 for 8 fluid ounces. Honestly, in today's world, that is unheard of. It's like $1 per ounce. This is what the packaging looks like. I have that as a reminder so I know when it expires. This is a beautiful sunscreen and I will forever have it. The next one technically is number 1 and 2, but a little bit more leaning towards 2 for a couple of reasons. This is from, I think it's Bubble. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's from Bubble and it's the +1 Tinted Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40. This is a tinted sunscreen. This is great for those days where you're like, you know what? I do not want to wear makeup, but I want something that's gonna provide me like a veil of correction. Because this is tinted, it gives you a little bit of protection, especially since it's winter. I'm pale. So this is a little dark for me. I've used this as a foundation where I will just apply my normal moisturizer with SPF. Then I go in on top with this, do a little bit of concealer, mascara, out the door. Let me show you what it looks like and then I'll apply some on my hand. How cute is this packaging? It's like this beautiful minty green. The thing that I like about sunscreens, I wish all of them had this. I wish they had a pump because the pump is so easy to measure and gauge how much you are applying. With the other ones, sometimes it's just glob it on. I mean, it's just like globbing it on and I don't mind that. But when I have a pump, I know that I'm using exact measurements, as exact as a pump can be. This one is not water resistant, so I wouldn't wear it to work out, but I would wear it on those days, like I mentioned, where I don't want to wear makeup, but I want a little something and a little coverage. It has 15% zinc oxide, so this is a full-on mineral sunscreen, whereas this one is chemical, but it doesn't really matter. I personally don't lean more towards one or the other. I like them both. They both protect from the sun. It just depends. The one thing with mineral ones though is they can stain your clothes. That might be a con for you, whereas chemical ones, they don't really tend to do that. Some do. This one kind of does, but that's because I glob it on, whereas this one 100% guaranteed will do that. But I mean, it's not like I'm walking around, you know, touching my face with my clothes. So if that's not you, this will work. Now let me show you the tint so that you can see for yourself. I typically do 2 pumps of this all over my face, but on my hand, I'm just gonna do a little bit so that I don't waste it. See how the shade is very, very neutral? This is perfect because it's not too pink, it's not too yellow. I've tried some where I put them on and I immediately look pink purple. That's because there's not enough pigment to contradict with the white cast. See how my regular skin tone is a little bit lighter than this? Like I said, it's like a half a shade to maybe a shade deep. But if you actually blend it into your skin like it's supposed to be, you can't really tell that it's not your shade. This is one of the few mineral sunscreens where your skin doesn't feel dry after a long period of wear. Sometimes when I used to wear mineral sunscreens, at the end of the day, I felt like my face was just pulled back, just tight. And that's because mineral is a powder, and even though I'm super oily, sometimes it was too much, where I still had the oils, but my skin felt tight and just like, it's hard to explain. But if that's ever happened to you, then you kind of know what I'm talking about, especially after doing like a full mineral sunscreen and then powdering at the end. Not a good combination. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe you give some of these sunscreens a try. Sunscreens are super hard to find just because everybody is so particular and specific about what they like, what they don't like, what they need, what they don't need, what they are willing to give up, what they're not. And I had to go through a lot of sunscreens to find these. I'm gonna try and see if you like any of them. If you buy one and you're like, you are right, this is my now new holy grail, please let me know so that I continue recommending the products that are working and then stop recommending the ones that are not. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said at the beginning, if you liked it, I hope you consider subscribing and following me over on my Instagram. But with all of that said, thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful, marvelous day. I will see you in the next one. Bye!